Hi everyone, today we are here as engagement and product team. This is Nurçin, I'm the customer engagement team lead. And we also have Cansu today here. She's our senior product manager. And today we would like to talk about user properties as a feature. What is it and how we can value from it? As an example, we will be also talking about wrapped experience. So our agenda today is to talk about web experience first, and then Cansu will tell us why we should be caring about user properties, how to onboard your team about this feature. And I will be doing a quick demo on our story dashboard to show you how to create this experience. So on the demo, we will be seeing how to do it from integration part of it. We will be entering the user properties to the dashboard. We will be creating stories, and then we will experience it on the Story Showcase application to understand how it looks like on mobile screen. And at the end of it, we have a little conclusion. We will be showing you how we created wrapped experience for our story customers as well. And let's start with what is user properties, what is wrapped experience. I will be handing over to Cansu. So Cansu, please tell us why we should be caring about user properties.
Thank you, Nurçin. That was a great introduction, actually. So let's start with wrapped experiences. So I guess you all know what I mean by the word wrapped, thanks to Spotify's viral marketing campaign that they have been running since 2016. It has been one of the most anticipated and inspiring personalized campaigns ever. So sometimes it's even called as a masterclass on fan advocacy. So Spotify Wrapped is so successful that in 2020, Wrapped was responsible for increasing Spotify's mobile app downloads by 21% in the first week of December only. And the dramatic increase in DAU, daily active users, always follows. Not only Spotify, but many brands own this wonderful idea, like Apple Music's Replay, or take the famous health and fitness platform Strava, for example. They run the Your Year in Sport concept to summarize what their users were up to throughout the year to be active. They even have a blog for Year in Sport, only to show a recap of their communities last year. So these experiences are almost vital because it's one of the best practices of personalization. And you know that personalization doesn't have to be entirely about conversion. So wrapped experiences give you a chance to establish strong connections with your audience. Just to give you a few statistics about how personalization could be very important. 71% of consumers expect companies to deliver personalized interactions, and 76% of them get really frustrated when this doesn't happen. So we cannot ignore the power of personalization and the expectation for it. And these periodic recaps are great cases for personalization. So with all these in mind, we developed user properties. While we still have the templates and other personalization methods in Storyly, with user properties, this time you don't have to create templates, use templates to create wrap stories, personalized wrap stories about your users last year or last month or any season that you want. So just simply add props, user props in stories using our studio, and you're done. So now I will leave the stage to Nurçin to show you how it works.
Thank you, Cansu. I think that was a really good summary. And I must say that this is a very interesting usage for our customers as well. We hear lots of questions, and that's the reason we recorded the session today, actually. So thanks a lot to product team for developing such a great feature. We will be benefiting to you. Yeah, thanks a lot. So I'll be showing the integration part of it first. We will be going over the integration doc. Let me share my screen. So as you know, this is our integration documentation web page. Let's click on iOS as an example. And you will be seeing user properties documentation under personalization working with users. Here we also have some examples. As you can see, it is user properties as external data. And we have some screenshots from the dashboard as well to tell you how to connect these two integrations together. So as any feature like label personalization, user properties needs to be done both on the dashboard and also on the SDK side.
Yeah. In order to onboard your team with user properties, I think it will be great if you can get together with your technical team to decide the user properties that you might use in such scenarios and do the setup together with them, preferably during SDK integration or maybe an app update. Even though you may not be planning to have a wrapped stories case in mind, it will be so much easier if you have this configuration upfront.
Thank you, Cansu. And that was the integration part of it. So let's see the dashboard, how we create this on Story dashboard. So let's imagine that you already sent some user properties from SDK, like username. Today, I will be doing the example for a delivery application, food delivery application. We will be showing the users how many times they order, what was their favorite restaurant, favorite food. And I will be showing you more examples. When we go to the Story Showcase application, we will be seeing some examples from airlines and health and fitness application as well. So the first step on the dashboard is going to settings, because we will be entering the user properties that you send us via SDK from settings part. Let's go to data management, and here you're seeing user properties. So this is my demo account, so I already have some other examples that I created as user properties, like username, promo codes, score, user rank. These were some user properties that I created for other examples. And for food delivery application, I would like to create some user properties as favorite food, number of the restaurants, number of the order for favorite food, and number of badges. This is very straightforward. You just enter the same keyword that you send us via SDK here, and then it will appear on the Story Studio. Let's go to the content page, and let's do the example together. So I'm just clicking on new story group. And this time I'm not clicking on create personalized stories, because I won't be working on a template. I will be working on Studio and adding the user properties from settings. So let's click on create from scratch. So the good part, user properties can also be used to personalize the title and cover image. So let's personalize the title. Let's say hi, hey, and let's click on the dynamic part of it. So all the user properties that are entered on the settings will appear here. Let's click on username. And in this case, whenever a user opens the app, their name will appear on the story group name. So I uploaded the images for you. I already created a group, but this is very straightforward. I will be uploading another cover image, and I will click on create, and it will direct me to Studio. So let's go to Studio with the example I already created. So before talking about user properties, let me remind you that having some covers as first stories on this concept is also very important. You can tell them what you will be showing in the story group as, let's see the story of your journey together. And let's talk about the user properties. So just like adding a text, let's click on text. I'm clicking on add a title. So let's click on edit. Let's do this one. And I have the dynamic part again here for user properties. I just click on it. This time I will be showing you from how many restaurants. So I'm just clicking on a number of restaurants, user property. Let's click on done. So as you can see, I have some static text and dynamic text in the story. Let's see the other example. This time I would like to show them what was their favorite food and how many times they order it. Again, I'm clicking on title, text. Let's use the favorite food as user property here. As you can do with other texts, you can also change the size or color of it. Let's change the color here to make it more visible. And let's add the last one, which is the number of how many times they ordered this favorite food. I'm doing the examples by the text, but let me remind you that you can also personalize the images as well, or the call to action elements. So let's go to media part. let's imagine that you would like to show them their favorite food as an image. If it's pizza, you would like to show pizza on the stories. If it's sushi, you would like to show a sushi image. That's also possible because in this case, what I will be doing is I will add the user property media under the settings. I will be just selecting it. So finishing the story group is also important. I didn't want to finish it just with the stats, the summaries. I wanted to ask some feedback as well, if they like the summary or not, and what they think about it. You can even ask, what do you want to see more, with an open-ended question. You can also use emoji reactions on the top of these stories. I think it's really beautiful. Let's use a reaction here so that the users will be able to engage with the story as well. Let's place it just under here. So I'm just clicking on save here. That was really easy to create these templates. And as I said, we will be seeing more examples now under Showcase application from airlines and for a health and fitness application as well. So why I'm using Showcase application is just to test them, how they will look like in mobile experience. As you may know, we have this preview icon here. When you click on it, we will be seeing a QR code, but to scan this QR code, you should be downloading Story Showcase application because we are doing the experience here. All you need to do is download this app, scan this QR code, and then we will be previewing the stories on this application. So Cansu will be helping me to preview these stories. So let me stop the share here.
And now let me share my screen so that we can take a look at how it looks like on Showcase app.
On Showcase application, by the way, you can also select the labels, the user properties, personalized experience as well under the settings, so to see the correct story format. So we just filtered the user properties we enter here on the settings part of it on Showcase application. And now we have 3 examples. As you can see, story group title is also personalized. It shows me, hey, Nurçin. And let's click on the first one. We have the cover images here to welcome the users, what the story group is about. And this is for a health and fitness application. We are showing the users what was their best month and how many times they did a workout. And again, some stats about what was their best track this year. And as a finish, we are just saying cheers to many more and asking feedback, how they feel about this summary and tell us more about it. And Cansu just love it. And in the next one, we have an example for an airline. I think this is a great vertical, by the way, to show the wrapped experience. We are showing the users how many flights we had together and what was their favorite destination. Again, with user properties, you can also use call to action elements on the stories. I think this is a great example for this one because we are showing how many miles they did this year. And we are just directing them how to redeem them or how to do more next. Again, some feedback session on the last stories. And the last example is the one that we created on the dashboard together. This is for a food delivery application. The user properties are filled here. So I won 10 badges. And in the next story, I'm seeing my favorite food, which is pizza in real life as well. I really love it. And I'm also seeing how many times I ordered this year. So these were some examples we want to show you. We want to inspire you. But if you need more inspiration from our side for your application, please contact us. We will be very happy to organize it together. And maybe you already seen it, but we also have some examples for our customers. We also did a direct experience for Story customers. So if you have been using Story this year, when you enter the dashboard, you will be seeing a wrapped experience as well. We just created this example to show you how many times you created a story, what was the top story throughout this year. So I will be showing an example from the dashboard. I will just need a second to find the correct example. I think this is great. And if you haven't checked it yet, please do so. And please let us know what you think about it, because we were so excited when we are creating this. Okay, I have the example here. Let me share
Also, I will definitely recommend everyone to watch these stories with sound on, because we have a funky music as well.
We have a fun sound as well. And this is the dashboard. So I'm just clicking on play. You will be seeing it under homepage on the top of the page. And yeah, this was an example of how we did for our customers as well. I think that was all that we would like to mention today, but we will be doing more sessions. So please let us know what you think about this. If you have more questions about user properties or wrapped experience, we would like to discuss it. You can reach out to your engagement manager, or you can directly write us from Cansu@Story.io or Nurçin@Story.io. And please let us know what you would like to see more from Story features. We can also put these features on our agenda in next sessions.
Yeah, we would like to hear more from you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.